In the world of Steel Ball Run, there exists a lot of mystical arts or objects that characters use throughout the series, but they don't appear to be connected to stand abilities in any way whatsoever, but are equally as powerful, be it the strange healing wire of Zombie Horse or the mystic art of the spin. Along with this, a lot of these mystical objects originate from Naples and help the user gain an edge in fights similar to how stand users gain edges. So it wouldn't be too strange for one of these objects to actually pass itself off as a stand, and I feel that Cream Starter might in fact be one of these mystical objects pretending to be a stand. So before we can even get into the video, I want to outright say this. This is only a theory working off of concepts within the universe of Steel Ball Run itself, and may in fact not be the original intention of the creator. I'm almost sure it's actually not, especially since in the JoJo Veller, Cream Starter is actually referred to as a stand by Araki himself. So that basically makes this just nothing but a fun headcanon. So for all intents and purposes, Cream Starter is a stand within the story. I just wanted to lay that out there so people know that I'm not trying to pass off my headcanon as fact. Now with that out of the way, what I'll be doing for this video is explaining exactly what a mystical object is and how it works, then comparing it to Cream Starter, along with comparing Hot Pants and her actions to other non-stand users like Wikipepo throughout the part. Now what exactly is a mystical object? Well, it's something that can perform a supernatural feat but isn't connected to a stand. Some examples being Zombie Horse, the Wrecking and regular Steel Balls, or the corpse parts. Even stuff like Miss Robinson's eye kinda counts as this, but I'm gonna chalk that up to just something you've trained in. Now what assumably makes these objects work is that they're a tool that harnesses a power from some sort of supernatural force like the spin or holy energy. Now, all of these mystical objects seem to originate from Naples, the home nation of Gyro, Wikipepo, and of course, Hot Pants. They also don't grant the user the ability to see stands, but they do give them a significant enough of an advantage that they can hold their own in a stand fight. Though if they do at any time find themselves in the possession of a corpse part, the energy of the corpse will improve the strength of their mystical object or ability, and the user will be granted the ability to see stands. See Gyro as an example. We can also see this lack of stand perception in Hot Pants based on the terminology she uses for stands. Like Wikipepo, she refers to stands as just special abilities. And along with that, she never refers to her stand as a stand, like other characters do. Instead, much like Gyro and Wikipepo, she refers to the ability as just the object itself, saying things like my Cream Starter spray or something along those lines. Though I should point out that the only instance we have to judge her lack of stand perception comes from the Ringo Rotogen fight, because anytime after the Ringo Rotogen fight, Hot Pants has come in contact with multiple corpse parts, so it's fair to assume that she can see stands past that point. Now speaking of Hot Pants and her interaction with the corpse parts, a thing I noticed about Cream Starter is that it started to act significantly different after Hot Pants stole Johnny and Gyro's corpse parts. It gained more power as it had longer range and required less from Hot Pants to be used. I actually don't think there's a moment where Hot Pants loses something to use Cream Starter like she did in the Ringo Rotogen fight, which makes Cream Starter actually feel more like a mystical object than a stand, though you could argue that the more corpse parts someone has, the stronger your stand becomes. But as a counter argument to that, we do see Cream Starter maintain these upgrades past the point of Hot Pants losing those corpse parts. So again, it plays more into Cream Starter being an object. Along with another aspect of mystical objects that I noticed, and that is anyone with the right knowledge can use them. Not like stands where you need to have the right amount of fighting spirit, as long as you just know the basic information about be it Steel Ball, Zombie Horse, or the corpse parts, you can use them. And this is a feature found very prominently in Hot Pants' Cream Starter, as anyone can pick it up and use it. And lastly, one of the weirdest aspects about Cream Starter, if it is a stand, is its existence in other universes. Because you see, in the colliding worlds that D4C can enter, only corpse part stands transfer over from the base world being the one where the corpse parts exist. We can see this as Johnny has Tusk in one of these colliding worlds, but other stands, like natural stands and scary monsters, weren't transferred over into those other worlds. Though the only exception to this rule seems to be Cream Starter, as we have alternate world Hot Pants who shows up with one, or when Valentine brought one from another world. These are 3 different Cream Starters from 3 different worlds that all work exactly the same. Now along with this, we do know for a fact that special techniques exist in these alternate worlds, like the spin. We see alternate world Wikipepo use the wrecking balls on Diego when he's pulled into another world. So if Cream Starter is a mystical object, it can be easily transferred through all of these different worlds just like the wrecking balls are. We also know for a fact that Hot Pants' Cream Starter is not a corpse part stand like Johnny or Valentine's. And even if it is a stand enhanced by the corpse parts themselves, it wouldn't instantly transfer it over like Johnny or Valentine, because we see stands enhanced by the corpse parts don't actually get the same treatment as corpse part stands. Example, Scary Monsters. So either we accept that Hot Pants' stand is the only special natural stand in the entirety of Steel Ball Run, or Cream Starter is a mystical object akin to the Steel Balls or Zombie Horse. And not only does Cream Starter fit into all the categories of a mystical object, but it also fits with the theme of Hamon users and their attacks being reimagined through these mystical objects in Steel Ball Run, as Cream Starter is very similar to Lisa's Hamon attacks, because as it goes, Gyro's Steel Balls is the Zeppeli family Hamon attacks, as they both focus on being rotated and making themselves harder to block, along with hitting with harder forces, all based on this rotation. And then you have Wikapipo's Wrecking Balls, which is a almost direct translation of Dyer's Thunder Cross Split attack, as the Wrecking Balls is a fake volley designed to open up the opponents for a real attack. And then you have Hot Pants, whose Cream Starter acts a lot like Lisa's Hamon attacks, using its long range to both slowly infect the body of their opponents, along with creating blind spots to attack from. So in short, Cream Starter is not only usable by everyone, it exists as a constant in all the worlds even though other stands don't, it originates from Naples, the place where all the other mystical objects come from, and its user, much like the other non-stand users in the series, refer to it and other stand abilities as just regular abilities. Though, I will say, there are obvious holes in this theory, and we have a very little pool of examples to work off of, and Araki said Cream Starter was a stand in the JoJo Veller. So this idea comes down to more of a headcanon that can actually work within the universe, rather than an actual canon, but I thought it was interesting enough to share with you guys and make a video on. And if you enjoyed this video and like to support more videos like it in the future, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/MannyNotTheBadGuy. And if you want a mystical object of your own that will make you cream, head on over to Funimation.com/show/Shimonetta, a boring world where the concept of jokes doesn't exist, and buy yourself a copy of Shimonetta. You'll be cream starting your way to